Welcome back. Lauren Stallone is with me on the desk now. As before we go, it is our Behind the Likes segment. And for this week, Lauren, we're looking at really just something that's blown up in the last week online. I've seen it everywhere on social media.
That's right. We're going back in time, 10 years to be exact, to 2016. Now, this was a year that people are describing as rich in culture, fashion, amazing music, and people are going on social media. Like you said, Carlisle, if you're on social media, you've definitely seen it. They're posting about what they were doing that year, what they were wearing, what they were listening to, all of the things. So I wanted to speak with Carmi Levy, tech analyst, to get an understanding of why this trend is so popular.
Nostalgia has always played big in the social media space. It's a powerful draw. It brings us together. It kind of coalesces entire communities around common themes. It makes you feel included, part of something bigger. And it tends to work in roughly 10-year cycles. What were you doing 10 years ago today? That's a real big thing, for example, in the photography community, and you see those hashtags popping up fairly frequently. So it's no surprise that we would see something like this crop up.
Now, in the interest of covering our generational bases, we have Julie Acheson with us on the desk now as well, because really, if for each of us looking back 10 years, very different stages in our lives, right?
For sure, yeah. For me personally, I don't really get the appeal of 2016. I was really figuring out who I was, who I wanted to become, who I wanted to surround myself with. Now, a lot of that is still the same, but a lot of it, thank goodness, is different. So I don't really understand it. I see a lot of millennials posting a lot. Carlisle, I know.
I wasn't posting, but I've seen it everywhere among my friends. I know 10 years ago for me, I was just finishing college in Toronto. That is a shot of me doing a school project. Very different look from 10 years ago. And yes, similar idea though, is this was actually my college job. While I was just finishing school, I was a tour guide at a brewery, and that was my last tour that I did.
That's fun to kind of look back though, and I get it. People want to have that feeling of like, well, this is what I was doing, as Carmi said. When I think about 10 years ago, my kids were little, and
so
we were having so much fun. That one's from Storybook Gardens, actually. And definitely, my husband was still drag racing. It was just a different time, and thinking about where my kids are now. They're both in high school. And here's a look at our newscast from 10 years ago. So Tara Overholt was the anchor. I was still doing the weather. But the funny thing about this is, and I don't know if you'll notice this, but I'm actually wearing the same dress that I was wearing 10 years ago when I was doing the weather. I even styled my hair kind of the same tonight. But this is the dress I had on 10 years ago, and the weather was quite similar on this day. So it was cold and snowy. So that's kind of neat to look back.
Speaking of some things that don't change, our own Daryl Newcomb, our City Hall reporter, that's exactly where he was this time 10 years ago, covering construction and potential traffic implications there. Brian Bicknell was reporting on an expansion for Sunripe Fresh Market, hiring close to 100 more employees back then, hasn't aged a day. Jerry Dewan was working on a story about the London Health Sciences Centre and a piece of land the hospital was trying to unload. As classic Jerry Dewan. Oh, he was even walking there in that
wow.
shot. Scott Miller, talk about things that haven't changed. A snow day in Wingham. That's what Scott Miller was covering from Midwestern Ontario 10 years ago. And finally, we have Nick Paparella, who was warning residents from a London police report covering a family dog that was poisoned. So we wrap up with Nick Paparella, the hard-hitting reporter that he has always been, clearly.
We just really covered the full gamut.
For sure.
Right there.
It's nice to know some things will never change.
A little trip down memory lane.